This movie's so good, I don't even know where to start. Now I'm going to give you guys a quick little synopsis of the movie before we get further into the review so you can actually understand what I am talking about. Now this is without any spoilers, this is all shown in the trailers and TV spots and all that stuff. So anyway, let's get started. So we have the characters of Gray and Asha, and now this movie's set in the near distant future. Gray and Asha are a married couple, and they are involved in a tragic accident which leaves Gray as a paraplegic and Asha is murdered. Now, in order to fix Gray and for him not to become a paraplegic anymore, there's this little system called STEM. And they put it in the back of his spine, and basically it turns him into a walking badass, and he's able to walk again. And he has just miraculous skills, and this little thing, it's self-aware, and it could talk to him in the back of his head, and it basically works for him. And yeah, that is basically all I'm going to give you guys right now, so let's get further into the review. There's one point in this movie where I got a little bit teary-eyed for the character of Gray, and I've never been really teary-eyed in a movie before, besides Titanic.
I'll never let go. I promise.
That's a very sad movie for me. The way the action in this movie, it's just directed so beautifully by Wei Wen-el. The stunt choreography is also amazing, but the action, the camera, it will move back with somebody's fist and then move forward, and it just looks like it's insane. Like, it just makes the action just so much more impactful. And the reason why this movie's rated R is that you get to see everything that happens, and they don't hold back at all, and it's amazing. And one of the some other stuff that's funny in this movie, Logan Marshall Green's character Gray, he's never really doing any of the fighting. It's all the system STEM that's put in the back of his neck that allows him to walk. So when he's like kicking somebody's ass, he's still self-aware of what's going on. So he's like doesn't know what's happening, but he's still beating people up, and it's just amazing. Now this movie is clearly set in the future. I mean, literally in one of the trailers, the guy has a shotgun implant in his arm, and he's able just to load shells in there and just shoot people. And I just find that absolutely amazing. But what's cool about this future is that you can still compare it to the present day that we live in right now. Kind of like an evolving puberty stage of the present day society that we live in right now, if that makes any sense at all. Now, what I love about this movie is that a lot of movies that tend to happen in the future, they're like, everything's changed. There's flying cars, no roads, there's a bunch of robots walking everywhere. This is not like that. I mean, there's definitely stuff in this movie that's definitely futuristic, and that will be way down the road even if it does happen. But there's a lot of things in this movie that you can see that, like, the technology that we have today can evolve into this, and this is kind of the society that we might be living in like 50 years down the road, which I really enjoy because you can actually relate to the society that these characters are in. This movie is rated R, and that is met with much meaning because at some points in this movie, you're going to jump in your seat and be like, oh my gosh! And then some points in this movie, you're just going to be like, holy crap, I can't believe they did that. This is the guy who directed Saw, by the way. And it was kind of awesome, the theater showing I was last night, Thursday at 9:30. We were kind of like in the back of the theater, so there was only a couple people in there. And when some scenes happen in this movie, the whole entire crowd reacted the same way, and we can just all relate to each other. So if you definitely have a good crowd that you're watching this movie with, it's just a great atmosphere. This movie isn't your common revenge film. I mean, it is a revenge story, but it's not like Taken or John Wick. It decides to take bold choices, takes drastic turns, and you just never know where the film is going to go while you're watching it. And I don't want to go into a film expecting things to happen, because then what's the point of even going if I know what's going to happen? And hopefully you guys want that too, because I'm sorry, I'm not looking forward to Fast and Furious Part 20 11 years down the road. This is why I love Blumhouse Productions, because they make films that are inventive, new, and for other production companies to take hints of that, they have to show that these kind of individual stories can make money. That is why I need you guys to give this movie your $12 this weekend if you have time to go see it, because I don't want to be seeing the same damn movies 24/7. I want to see films like this that are new and inventive and make me feel some type of way every single time, different way every single time I come out of them. That is why I love this movie, and I'm sure you guys will love it too if you go give it a watch. And thank you for watching, and if you like to see more, please subscribe.